It's another beautiful morning here on the slopes of Kilimambogo Hills in the countryside of Machakos County, Kenya. Kenya is a country in the continent of Africa, just in case you didn't know. It has been several years since I traveled to the coastal part of my country, Kenya. This is a dream destination for most people in the countryside. So I'm quite excited. The weather has really changed. Whereas it's normally very hot here because it's a semi-arid land, it's a bit cold now, but the good news is we have plenty of rainfall. So welcome to African Mom's World, and thank you for always coming back to watch our videos. We normally talk about countryside life, including gardening, but today we will talk about something different. I hope you will enjoy. African Mom is traveling for a long journey. In today's video, I will be taking you to a town far away from home, to the airport, and finally to the dream destination. Please travel with me to the end as we see the different towns along the way. Enjoy the scenery and also familiarize ourselves with this part of the country, this part of the continent, and also this part of the world. Let's go. We have just passed Mutalia town, and there are several towns that we are going to see along this route. Our journey started from Mala town. Then straight ahead, we are going to pass Joska and finally Kamulu just before we reach the major junction of Ruai. There are common characteristics along this route, which we will talk about soon. This whole stretch is called Kangundo Road. It is all semi-arid, meaning there is little or no rain in most of the months of the year. Actually, it's unpredictable. Occasionally, there are heavy rains or flash floods where the rivers will even flood, but this is short-lived. You will see a lot of construction materials along the road because this area was inhabited by the Kamba community, but this has since changed and it's now a cosmopolitan region. Nairobi City is now headed this direction. Many city dwellers are buying land here, only commuting to work to the city. Transport business of sand, stones, and other building materials are generally the in thing. And now because food crops are not guaranteed, most of the foodstuffs come from other parts of the country. Since a big number of the residents come from the Kisii community, we will see that in the open-air markets of Joska and Ruai, you will mostly find sweet potatoes, bananas, sugarcane, and indigenous vegetables transported all the way from Kisii town in lorries. The Irish potatoes, cabbages, tomatoes, onions are most likely from the neighboring Kiambu County, and some from the river banks of the River Arthi. Most cereals come from as far as Trans Nzoia County, except for grains like green grams and beans, which are from within. I have also realized that because of the River Arthi, many people are going into farming, and also greenhousing is becoming another form of farming. This residential area is coming up, and as you may have already realized, that this road is very busy. This is because more residents are buying land from this direction. We now have more bus companies in the transport business along this route. There are several bus terminals or bus stops or stages, as they are popularly referred to here in my country. The population here is increasing rapidly. As mentioned earlier, You will also see a lot of lorries on this route that are carrying sand and stones ready for sale to construction sites. It is so surprising that even in a town setting, you will also find cows and other animals grazing along the road. This may not be common in many other countries, but in my country, Kenya, it is quite popular because there's a lot of grass now that it has started raining. This is Kamulu town, and we are just headed to a more developed town called Ruai. As we continue on this route, notice the many signboards. Most of them are mainly about schools, private schools. I actually do not know any government school along this road. It may be there, but maybe I don't know. So this is a small place called Kipawa. It is known mainly because of this market that is along the road where foodstuffs are sold. I've also seen this garbage site. It is so disgusting. Then you'll see cows also eating that garbage. This is now Ruai town. It is more developed than all the other towns that we have passed. There are more people who have settled here. There is more business, and you can even spot several malls in this town. We have one big one, which is called Quick Mart. And also there's another one called Naivas. They are big churches like the Deliverance Church. I think this is the main church. All the others are smaller, but this should be like maybe the capital or where they congregate when they have big functions. I like Ruai town because you can get everything that you want. As you can see, the cloud is still heavy. It is still thick, and it's now getting cold. When we left Mala, it was a bit warm, though it had just rained. If you look on the sides here, you will see hospitals. You will also see big residential houses. You will also see bus terminals and shopping malls ahead. I mentioned Quickmart. Here it is. And because of the crossroads here, there is normally traffic jam. Today it is not that heavy, but we felt it because all along, though there was a lot of traffic, but we have come smoothly. The yellow buses are normally for schools. So they're dropping children and picking them because it is not yet the school holiday. This road has been in construction for a while. It has taken quite some time. But as you can see, they have moved the people who have been doing their sales around the road. There was actually a market, food market, just close to the road. But now they have been pushed in. And even the bus terminal now has space because it was quite dangerous, mixing people who are doing business as well as the bus terminal. At this place, which was formerly the food market, we can see people selling their foodstuffs in bulk. These are the ones that are in lorries. We can see cabbages. We can also see potatoes. There are also pineapples, Generally, here people are buying them in retail and in wholesale. So you can get them cheaper on this day. But as you can see right across, they have moved towards where the residential or the shops are. I like this because other markets can be able to get food from here. This is what I mentioned. The cows are eating on garbage. Ugh, not nice. Actually, since the road construction began and the vendors were moved away from being close to the road, personally, I haven't been able to visit them where they are. But as it used to be, foods are still being sold in the booths of cars. And so as we leave the main Ruai town, we now head to a junction, a major junction, popularly referred to as Outer Ring. It is a junction for 3 types of counties: Machakos County, Nairobi, Kiambu, and Kajiado. Actually, those are 4. This is a busy junction with a hype of activity. People boarding, vendors selling their foodstuffs. You can even see the police are around this area trying to control the traffic. There's all sorts of traffic. We have the matatus, we have the minibuses, we have the main buses, we have motorbikes, we have bicycles, we even have people walking on foot, we have the private vehicles. It's a hype. So at this point, we leave the main road and take a left turn. We are now headed towards the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport. And there are 2 main towns that we are going to see: Utawala and Embakasi. These are actually very developed towns. As you can see, the road network is superb. It is quite good. There's not much construction this direction because construction started long time and people are moving further away from here. But the town looks really nice. We have so many developments. There are big hotels here. There's a lot of traffic. In fact, there's normally traffic jam here. Today, there's not much, but you will notice that there are a lot of bus stops. Cars or pickup points are so many, and the police are a common people along this route so that they can able to control the traffic. If you're careful to notice, you can see high-rise buildings, both for business and offices, and also for residentials. But I like this road. You can even see that the road is well lit. I'm not sure whether this is solar lighting, but it is very beautiful. It is a beautiful, busy town. Then straight ahead, we get to another town, Embakasi town. Not very different from Utawala because it is also very developed. And we have major activities here. And this is the residence of many of the popular things around. For example, we have the police training campus here for the National Police Service. And also, we have many companies ahead, like the Amiran, and also the many houses. There is a popular estate called Nyayo Estate. It's actually Nyayo Embakasi. Then talking about the hype, or a lot of businesses going on here. There is this big car yard. Some are scrap and others have been refurbished. I'm not exactly sure what all this is about, but it's quite a big area, and there are some lorries even that look new. So I think it's just a normal car yard, only that it is bigger and better. So without talking too much, let's enjoy the scenery. Because we don't have a lot of construction here, there's a lot of empty land or empty space. I'm not sure whether people are going to construct here, but let's enjoy the road because we are just headed now to the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport. And now I can actually see that it is cloudy. The clouds are real thick, and this keeps me thinking how the flight will be. But meanwhile, let's continue with our journey. And just in case you may not notice, on my left are offices of one of the major airlines in Kenya. That is the Jumbo Jet. These are their offices right on the roadside. At this point, we take the flyover. As you can see on the lower side, there are a lot of offices. And here also there's a lot of transport going on. So there's some jam, a bit of a jam. I can see many companies here. That is the Amiran. We can also see other companies, though I can't read them from here, but I know those are companies. Next time I pass by, I think I'll take a different route so that I can be able to see which companies are here. Notice that there is a lot of development now at this point. The population is even higher. There is a flyover, which I hope people use. Most Kenyans don't like using the flyover. You can see them just crossing, imagining that the vehicles will see them. Then we have the popular Evan Business Park. It's a very nice place to visit. If you're in Kenya, make an effort. This is actually the Eastern Bypass. You will notice that it's a little more affluent than where we have passed. And there's little transport here. Not many of those construction vehicles along this route. We are headed towards the airport. And you'll see where the collection of revenue is done at the Eastern Bypass. We are passing this busy bus stop where there's a lot of activity. People are buying and selling. We even have a big footbridge here. But I like this one because many people use it. It's very dangerous to cross on the main road. This big open business spot, there's a lot of money in circulation. This you can just know by the number of M-Pesa shops. That shows that there's business, real business going on. This is the toll station that I told you about, the Eastern Bypass. When I look up, I feel afraid because the clouds are getting thicker and darker, which means the rains are just about. And flying when it is raining, not sure how it feels. It has never happened to me. Maybe there is always a first time. So we are now headed to the airport. And straight ahead, we are going to see two roads. One going straight ahead, and the other one is a turn under a tunnel to the right. So that is where the road parts. The one that you go under the bridge is going to Athi River, a town called Athi River. And then from there, we go to Kitengela, which is in Kajiado County. But now for us, we are headed straight ahead to the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport. As you can see, it has a very serene environment. It's just welcoming you to the airport, the biggest airport in East Africa. Maybe the best in Africa. I don't know because I've never been to those other places. But I love the environment. This was well done. If there's anything I can praise my country for, it is Jomo Kenyatta International Airport. Finally, we are here. It is actually 9:46. I am 2 hours early. And as you look at the beautiful place, I am going to check in. After checking in, I had a lot of time, so I had to sit and do some work in a food court as I ate something light. Remember, Jumbo does not give any food, including water. So you have to be prepared as you're going to take the Jumbo flight. After doing some work, I realized it was around 11:20. And so I had to pack my bags and move towards check-in. Thank you for walking with me on this journey to the airport as we head to the final destination. You have been very good followers. Thank you so much. I don't know how to appreciate you, but come back again, because in the next video, I'll be showing you videos of where I will be at the coast. There I am, ready to board very lightly dressed. And as people were boarding, I was thinking about the journey, and of course, I had to pray. Thank you for watching once again. Praying for a safe flight. Bye.